Ireland racist cops have always been around, going around abusing their power on minority groups.
He saw this and he wanted to make a problem.
But what happens when these racist cops get caught in the act?
I'm on the same side as you. No, you aren't.
Here are three examples of when racist cops are caught.
He said, no, you
aren't. The
aren't.
shocking case of Kyle Ericson, who tried to frame a black suspect.
A little bit of weed.
On the 13th of March, 2018,
Wait,
Officer
what?
Kyle Ericson and his partner pulled over Jason Serrano and his friend for an apparent broken taillight.
And they tried to plant
this
shit?
stop ended up getting seriously out of hand when a cop tried to plant evidence.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're gonna check it, all right?
Okay, and then what?
Then that's it. Then I gotta make sure everything's good with your end. Just get the taillight fixed. There's nothing in the car, you'll be good to go. All right?
Immediately, the cops claim they can smell marijuana in the car and
What
say
the
that they're going
fuck?
to have to search it. Usually, a civilian has the right to refuse a search, but if the cops have probable cause to believe a suspect has committed a crime, they can bypass that right and search their property without consent. Smelling weed on the property technically counts as probable cause, and because it's impossible to dispute while
That's
looking
crazy,
at body cam
right?
footage,
Exactly.
it's often used as a way for corrupt
That's what I'm
cops
saying.
to easily begin a
Exactly.
search
Like, come
without
on,
the
I smell
suspect's
something.
permission or
Like,
a
come
warrant.
on.
We need to check the car, so I need you to hop out.
Alright, I'm getting up.
Okay.
Relax. I don't have nothing for you. I can tell you anything.
Hang out with me.
There's nothing in it. I don't have nothing in my jacket. I'm not.
Okay, well, he's gonna check it.
I don't have nothing in.
my man.
No.
Relax.
No, I don't need to be.
This situation's about to escalate.
Calm
No
down.
reason.
Just calm down, bro. Relax.
I didn't do nothing.
Come on. It's okay, bro. Just calm.
It's my possession. Come on.
What? What? Why is he piping up? This is how niggas get killed. Stop piping up.
Put that jacket down right now.
Put the jacket
Oh
down.
my god.
Cuff him up.
For the rest of the body cam
Why are you
footage,
doing all
Jason
that?
is left on the ground, handcuffed, and visibly in pain from the takedown.
Damn.
It took almost 20 minutes for an ambulance to arrive.
They got that
It's
nigga Jason
unclear
from
in the
Power
body cam
Rangers.
footage, but with how much pain Jason is in, it's obvious that an unnecessary amount of force was
See
used.
what I did there? You see what? Just in case it went over your head, because he was wearing a red sweater, and Jason from Power Rangers was the Red Ranger, right? He was the Red Ranger. Wait, I just want to make sure that joke wasn't wrong. Wait, Jason from Power Rangers. Wait, was he the Red Ranger? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just in case it flew over. You know. It was a good one.
taken down. So for the cops, this is just where the story begins, and you can see the exact moment reality sets in for them.
All right, I'm searching the rest of the car.
Was it
I'll let
funny?
you check.
I thought it was hilarious.
There's my flashlight. I'll stay with him.
The officers are fully
We gotta
aware that
find
they've hurt
something.
Jason, and if their car turns up empty, all they've done is searched a car without a warrant and used excessive force to unlawfully detain a civilian. However, if they do find something illegal, then all of that should magically go away, as Jason and the driver go from civilians to criminals, and they're just helping bring them to justice. At this point,
Wait.
it's not necessarily just about race. They're trying to save themselves after making a violent mistake. Obviously, this is horribly corrupt, but nevertheless, the stakes are high for the cops. Their jobs are on the line, and they have to find
He's like,
something.
what, 23,
She has the proper
24?
documentation for the
He's
place.
so
Temporary
young.
registration's valid. Just ran her permit only. He doesn't have a driver's license.
Bro's about to kill his career planting
Yeah,
shit.
that's pretty much it. And just see if my partner found anything yet.
See nothing.
Nothing?
After searching the entire vehicle for about 5 minutes, the cops turn up nothing, and they both start to seem more and more agitated. But here's where
Fuck
things
is
start to take
crazy.
a dark and shady turn. When the officers fail to turn up anything, they decide to get a little creative.
See nothing. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? It's crazy. While wearing a body cam, though. That's what I'm like. You're gonna, like, wait, like.
It's a little bit of weed.
Without even
You know you have the camera on you, right? Like, you know. He knows he has the camera on, right? Like, you can't be this dumb. You can't be this dumb. You right? Like, come on.
trying to hide it from his camera, The detective places a
was
small
trying to
bottle of
hide it?
marijuana in the cup holder of the vehicle, where he's already checked multiple times. The way the officer does this without even trying to hide it implies that he's almost certain that this will never come back to haunt them, and even suggests that this might not be his first time doing it either.
Facts.
In fact,
He
the way
knows.
the cops have been talking to each other the entire time indicates that this might just be a regular step in their process.
You good? Good? Yeah.
Oh my god, you good? These
All of a
niggas are
sudden,
teammates
the cops
on
have a
it.
case against Jason. During the stop, they smelled marijuana in the car. Jason became combative after they asked to search it, so they took him down and searched the car, where they found not only a small piece in the cup holder, but even flakes in his jacket.
Oh
This
my
is the story
God.
that Jason was taken to trial over, and he was charged with marijuana possession, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental administration.
Wow.
It took over
would
2
happen?
years for this body cam footage to emerge, and only
Wow.
then would Jason's charges be dropped. Predictably, no charges were brought against the officers.
What?
It did raise an important question. What else has been caught on these cameras that's being hidden from us?
What? No charges? Nothing? What? So what? Like, is there like a protocol where you can do that? No, I'm seriously trying to figure out. Is there like a protocol where you can just do this? This is absurd. Am I the only one who finds this absurd? Is this a normal thing?
This is why some people feel it's important to record their interactions with police themselves, just like this black police graduate did when he was confronted by these two officers blatantly
allowed to
racially
do that?
profiling him.
Can we see some ID?
No, what for?
I just asked you.
What's your probable cause? To ask me for ID.
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. DV. That's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spots.
Let me see some ID, please.
No.
The man recording is a graduate of the nearby police academy and was wearing full gear and uniform, including his duty belt with a loaded weapon. Because he's police academy certified, he's completely within his right to wear the gear, but the officers aren't buying it. So the graduate tells them to run his name through TCOL, an agency that, amongst other things, keeps track of every police officer in Texas. If the graduate is cleared to wear his gear, TCOL will prove it.
Run it.
Run them.
Run it. Call T-Cole. You have no justification or probable cause to run up on me. Yeah. Yeah. Why? 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 You detaining me?
I don't want you to get hit by the car. Just
No. Then my question is, are you detaining me?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so then don't tell me where to go. He's not too smart because first of all, even you know, if I have disabled veteran plate, I can park in a handicapped spot.
they just
Even
changed-
you know
they
that.
just changed
No,
that.
they didn't just change that.
Yeah,
It's been that way.
The problem the officers had was that the graduate was parking in a handicapped spot without displaying a parking permit. But his car has a disabled veteran plate, a license plate given to many Army veterans who've made a bodily sacrifice during their active duty. Owning the plate lets you park in handicapped spots without a permit. This is fairly common knowledge across America,
That's convenient.
especially for cops. But it seems that these officers forgot about it here, and the graduate thinks he knows why.
He just saw this, and he saw this, and he wanted to make a problem. That's your reputation there, Joshua. Come on, man. Yes,
Oh,
it is.
shit.
How many black officers you got? One.
Yeah, we don't have one right now.
One, right, one.
Yeah, but,
I know.
I
And
knew
you
about
barely let him in.
It's difficult to disagree with the graduate. They had absolutely no reason to stop the graduate and demand his ID. Maybe a new recruit could forget about the veteran plates, but this man is actually a police captain and has many years of police service under his belt. Evidently, in a department with next to no black representation. Eventually, the officers return to tell him he's free to go, but the graduate isn't leaving before saying one last thing.
Oh, God.
You know, you're feeling small now, aren't you?
No, that's it.
You should have
this
run up
nigga-
on people. You didn't have
this
no
nigga
probable
talking
cause.
shit now.
If you wanted to follow me and run my plate, you could have done that.
Talk to anybody?
No, well, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. That's right.
He's talking
I already
shit
told
now.
You that.
Oh, he's
Waste
talking
my
shit.
time and you.
Oh,
You're supposed
shit.
to be a captain, and you don't know the disabled plates have a right to park
Tell these
in a
niggas.
parking spot, and you violating people's rights,
Damn.
running up on them without probable cause.
Damn.
I'm in a uniform doing the same thing for you for free.
Alan Eddings, who was the captain.
So what? I don't care what he thinks. I'm a graduate and I have T-code certification. I have T-code certification. Yes, I do. That's where you checked it. It says who? My certification doesn't say expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So
They
take a
talking
walk.
shit
Walk
now.
of shame, Captain.
Damn.
Don't ever you run up on me again. Do you
Damn.
understand? And learn the
What
law.
you gonna do?
You better have.
If he run up on you again, what you gonna do, my nigga? What you gonna do? What's up? Don't you run up on me again?
Certification. Yes, I do. That's where you checked it. It says who? My certification
Damn.
is expired. You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk. Walk of shame, Captain. Don't ever you run up on me
He's
again.
talking
You
OD
understand?
shit.
And learn the law, and you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
I'm a graduate of the police academy. Okay, just like you years ago, you probably couldn't even pass the test. Right now,
going.
you go. You get going.
Getting into
Oh,
fights with
shit.
other uniformed police officers definitely isn't the best look for a police captain, especially after racially profiling that very same officer. And because the graduate was filming the entire thing himself, he was able to show the city manager, and that very same afternoon, it was revealed that the captain was no longer working for the police department. Unfortunately, though, it's extremely rare for cops to actually be reprimanded after behavior like this, as is obvious in the case of
Bro lost
Montre
his
Little.
job. I
In
feel
this
bad,
case,
though.
the cop not only lied
I
and
feel
threatened
bad.
Montre, but he even cost the city $75,000 and still got away with no punishments. On July 15th, 2018, Montre and his friend were pulled over by the police. The stop started out normal, but quickly evolved into a perfect display of how cops will try to force you into a false confession through corruption and, in this case, racism.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. How you doing, officer?
Is this your car?
Well, it's a rental right now. My car's been shot.
Okay. Did you something break down?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. You guys just came from over the park, right?
Yeah, we just hanging out.
That's it. Is this your car?
I just told you my car's in the shop, officer. This is a rental.
Okay. How do you start it?
What do you mean? I just put my foot on the brake and I put it in drive. and
What does he mean? How do you start it?
At first, this may seem like a
the
harmless
heck?
question,
How do you start
but
it?
asking the driver, Montre Little, how to start the car essentially implies that the cop thinks he stole it. If Montre was unfamiliar with the vehicle, he would have likely struggled to remember how to start it. And if he fumbled around a little before remembering, it could imply he was under the influence. But Montre kept his composure and passes this first test totally fine. The cop, however, still isn't impressed and decides to take things further by tricking Montre into giving his property over.
So it's your car, though? Did they give you a
It's
fob or
not
something?
my car, officer.
Did they give you a key fob or something? Or
Yes, sir. Officer.
like, what does it do? Does it?
You see, this should let you know that it's in.
Okay. Do you have any weapons on you or in the car?
No, officer.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? It smells like marijuana in the car,
Oh,
and I
here
can
we
see
go.
shake on the ground. You're
Here we go. Here we go. Every fucking
giving
time.
me the idea that maybe he's got a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think.
How?
I don't know. Just the way. I mean, just the way you're holding yourself, man. Like, that's why we're nervous, man. That's it.
Not only did the officer mislead Montre into giving the keys over,
Come
but
on
he's
now.
also suddenly decided he
Come
could smell
on now.
marijuana in the vehicle.
All of a
based
sudden.
purely on a hunch that the passenger is hiding a weapon. Both of these things, especially the marijuana smell,
I get it,
are
man. When you
often
see
used
niggas,
as
they got a
reason
gun. I
to
get
search
it,
the
man. I do
vehicle,
the same thing.
bypassing the need for
I be crossing the street. I see a nigga, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go on the opposite side of the road, bro. Cause like, that nigga, he looks like he got a gun on him. You know what I'm saying?
consent by the property owner. The speed and order in which the officer works
Especially if
here
they got a
is
white
extremely
tank top.
suspicious.
Can't be me.
Confiscating the keys without even mentioning it implies that he already decided he was going to search the vehicle and that he was trying to make Montre feel helpless or even threatened. Emotions you can clearly see on his face as they're stolen from him.
Go ahead and step out, Montre.
This nigga's going all the way.
Yep. I just told you why. 3 times. You want me to recap again? I mean, I told you I'm a cop. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Don't flex. Don't flex. I don't know what you're doing, man, but you need to knock that off. Stop pulling on your arms. What's going on, dude? Where are you trying to go? What are you doing, dude?
Officer, I'm not doing nothing to you.
Well, you're making me think something funny's going on, man. Okay, so slide over. I mean, your heart is thumping, dude. Like, you're a beating.
Like, bro, of course, like, you're gonna.
please.
Everything the cop has done and said so far is textbook in terms of corruption. This is obviously a serious event for Montre, but the cop is deliberately trying to be lighthearted and jovial about the whole thing, using words such as funny and silly to purposefully seem condescending. He also mentions that Montre's heart is beating fast and that he seems nervous. Another classic observation that appears time and time again in these cases. Think back to the stop of Marion Humphrey, whose truck was searched for the sole reason that he seemed nervous. Innocent civilians such as Montre will always feel anxious or even angry in this situation, and it's an easy observation for cops to make to detain them and obtain probable cause, which is exactly what the cop did. The search uncovered nothing illegal in Montre's car, but the cop kept him in the back of his patrol vehicle. This is where things start to get really shady.
I did everything you asked me to, officer. You thought there was a weapon. There's no weapon. We wasn't doing anything wrong, officer. I'm not sure why you pulled me over. At your rental, everything is fine. There was no breaking taillight or nothing, officer. I did nothing wrong.
He's about to fuck him right now. Hold on.
Did I make anything up when I said the car smelled like marijuana?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on.
Because there was nobody smoking in the car.
Is there marijuana shake on the floor of the car?
Officer, that was cigarette ash, okay? You didn't find no marijuana.
I'm not charging you with marijuana. But here's what. If you want me to be real with you, like I want you to be real with me for a second. Like, did I make that up?
I believe so, officer.
Okay, so you want me to just write you the ticket for the stuff that I have to write you tickets for? If you think that I'm lying, like, then we'll go to court and we'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Or do you want to just be real with me and I'll be real with you?
Are you trying to get him to fake confess? What?
Montre is being aggressively
He's like,
backed
whoa.
into a corner. The cop
Like,
obviously
don't
knows
stutter,
that
bro,
he's
like-
done something wrong. He's only trying to get Montre to forget about it and move past it without further incident. When he doesn't, the cop threatens him by saying he'll write up the ticket and he'll have to take it to court, where it'll essentially be Montre versus the world. It's also important to remember that cops are allowed to lie and use deceptive tactics to extract a confession. If Montre had told him that he didn't make up the smell, then in a weird, twisted way, he essentially just admitted to possessing illegal drugs. Luckily, Montre maintained his story and was reluctantly let go by the cops. Just days later, Montre sued the city and after a year of fighting, reached a settlement of $75,000 based on an unlawful traffic stop and warrant.
That's it, bro? $75K? I don't know. I personally think bro got bamboozled. $75K? I don't know. What do you think? I think it should have been at least $500,000. I think it should have been at least $500,000. At least $500,000.
The cop was removed from patrol duty, but not fired, despite leading one of the most
gave me
callous
trauma.
displays of corruption
I'm
caught
like
on camera. But the police are
PTSD.
extremely good at
$500,000.
one-upping themselves when it comes to corruption. Take, for example, the time when 2 Californian cops essentially kidnapped a man eating lunch in his own car.
What's going on?
You live around here?
Hey, don't touch.
Relax, bro. Relax. Hey, you match the description of somebody, okay, that just committed a burglary in the area. Okay, you're on camera, so don't step out the car.
Is your body cam on?
It's on. Yes, it's on.
What's step on out, dude?
We'll explain everything to you, okay? Just step out of the car. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You're being detained for a burglary investigation, okay, sir? So step out.
No.
Do you live in the area?
I'm not answering questions. I want my lawyer.
Okay. Step out of the car. You're being detained right now. All right. Step out of the car.
Firstly, the suspect's name, Jamal Williams, does everything right. He tells the cops he's not answering any questions until he has a lawyer.
I get it, man.
Unfortunately for him, though, the cops aren't having any of it because he matches the description of a suspect. That technically gives them the right to detain him while they investigate further. What's interesting is that the only description the cops had was that it was a black male wearing all black in his early 20s. Possibly a red t-shirt underneath. Jamal is 40 years old, wearing a red hoodie and gray sweatpants. It's also incredibly hard to punish cops for detaining someone that doesn't match that description, as they could just say they thought he did. In general, the system is very lackluster, but it shouldn't necessarily harm or bother Jamal. Not unless the cops do this.
Sir.
Step on out, dude. You're on camera, dude, so don't do anything dumb, okay?
Hold on. I'm gonna get this on camera.
Go ahead, you can record. Step out of the car, please.
He's being aggressive.
He's being aggressive.
Hey, stop resisting, dude. Stop resisting. I'm just. Why are you? What? No, man. This is okay.
Oh my. Oh my. This is okay. Okay, hold on. Why is he being so nervous, bro? I think we could just get through this if you don't act. Bro, don't fight back. Stop fighting back.
Call your supervisor. I'm gonna chase you, dude.
Dog, this is not a good look for you, bro. This fighting back shit gotta stop. Why is he fighting back?
I don't give you consent to touch me. I don't give you consent to touch me.
I don't give you consent to touch me. It's crazy.
Initially, Jamal showed no signs of aggression and no signs of...
I've never heard someone say it like that. I don't give you consent to touch me. He sounds like he's in a TV show. I don't give you consent to touch me. I don't give you consent to touch me.
Resisting. Yo,
you're a funny man, Jamal Williams.
Action for his own safety. Nevertheless, the cop immediately said he's being aggressive as Jamal was willingly stepping out of the car.
Step in the car, please. He's being aggressive.
This obviously frustrated Jamal, and he later admitted from then he did try and
You
stay
mean it's
inside
not
the
funny? It's
vehicle.
just hilarious.
The amount of force the cops used from here on was completely unwarranted. One cop even pulled a taser and threatened to use it on Jamal, despite him posing no actual threat.
Relax.
Jamal is then handcuffed and kept face down on the tarmac while multiple other patrol vehicles arrive at the scene. For a man guilty of nothing other than eating his lunch, that sure is a lot of cops.
If we take these off, are you going to cause a problem? Are you going to kick any windows out, anything like that? I don't answer questions.
All right. Like, I feel like you make it harder for yourself when you do kind of like resist like this, like respectfully. I get that you're innocent, so like you're kind of annoyed, but kind of like, I don't know, kind of make it easy for people, bro.
Here until fire season, we'll make it easy. He doesn't want to walk. He doesn't want to answer questions. He wants to leave.
They are very intimidating. I was like, OD, just.
That's who the car is. I don't give you consent to go in my car and check my car. I don't give you consent to check my car. You're violating my 4th Amendment constitutional right. So I think we can move forward and try at least get her in the back seat. Yeah, that's fine. What's your name, guys? Why are you guys kidnapping? I can't talk to you until you help me out. Tell me why.
Why did they call so many niggas?
I'll let you know. Find a car and put it in there. Okay. We'll talk when he gets here.
At this
They about
point,
to
there
just
are
throw this
over
nigga
a
in the
dozen
back.
cops at the scene, and Jamal is fully restrained in both handcuffs and leg wraps. He's also already been cleared to not be the suspect, yet he's still taken to the patrol car, fully restrained, and put in the back seat. It's also important to note that the cops were able to identify and clear Jamal by running his plates, something they could have done in secret before even approaching him. The worst part is that even after all of this, Jamal still wasn't free. He was cleared of the burglary charge, but he was instead hit with a felony charge of resisting arrest and taken to jail. Jamal later filed a formal complaint with the LA Sheriff's Department. But just as another example of how corrupt this system is, they were allowed to investigate themselves. And as you'd expect, they found no evidence of any wrongdoing. Months later, Jamal filed a civil rights lawsuit against the arresting officers. Unfortunately, though, the story remains much the same. The officers were investigated by a police lieutenant, and after analyzing the body cam footage, it was concluded that Jamal's actions turned the interaction confrontational, and that the arresting officers were courteous throughout the entire event. Jamal's charges were dropped, but
like, bro was kind of stiff for no reason, bro. It's kind of like, bro, like, make this easy for us, bro.